another way, and it's totally okay that we that the decision that you made wasn't the best one.
Choose your destiny.
You can go left or you can go right. You can go forward, but never ever back.
You know,
When
um,
it's but when it's embedded in your mind that that's a part of life, you try not to let those things, really bother you or slow you down so much, because no matter what you do, like you can't choose perfectly on anything because you're not perfect. So,
so let's get back to the crying. So, what kind of situation can you imagine that could happen in your life that would be painful enough to bring you to tears? Do you know can you imagine a scenario that you know would 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 bring you to tears, that maybe your trigger that you have to protect yourself from shedding those tears won't work?
well, I mean, of course, something happens to my son. Um, that's definitely, but I'm not sure if that would necessarily make me cry because it could make me very angry and I do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on what that thing is. So, um,
And anger is one of the ones that bring me to tears a lot of times. Is when I'm really angry, because when things happen that's completely out of my control, and it, or worse, it was in my control and I made a mistake that led to a situation that was really messed up. And usually it's as a result of somebody else being hurt, because if it's just me, then I just take it. But if I made a mistake and it hurt someone else, then that hurts me a lot. Like, I take it really hard.
yeah,
So
um, I really hate to even try to even have that thought of what it would take for me to do that because I mean, um,
I get it. I get it. But that's what this is, though. It's therapy. And when we're trying to go down this road, we're trying to allow our physical mechanisms, allow us to get into balance, find ways to supersede the programming that we have been given, you know,
yeah. Well,
so that
I
we
got
can be
that going.
healthier.
I got that at Tuesday at 1600. So, um,
So, well, if you don't mind sharing, what are some things that, like, have what do your therapists say? Like, what do they, if you don't mind
Hey, check
sharing?
check check your check your messages, Chaka.
at this point, not a lot.
They're just asking you
Um,
questions.
well, yeah. Well, you have to. Well, because I mean because this I've only can't even say it's like even a real full session. We did some assessments and just different things on that. So this week will actually, I guess, be the real first session. So I'm hoping that you know, I could be able to add more maybe next week. But a lot of it is just trying to find out, a lot of things, my thoughts, my just different things.
So
It was
has it been a good journey so far for you?
well, I'm happy that I actually did something, actually got it set up. Like I'm happy, I guess, proud of myself that I actually went through the beginning of it now, I can guess hopefully get to a point to where I can get, maybe get some relief, because I don't know. Like I said, like how like
Yeah,
you,
like I could hear you. I could hear it in your voice, man.
like I've been diagnosing myself for so long, and um, I used to self medicate, but I'm a truck driver, so I can't really do that and expect that I'll be able to always keep my career, my business, really. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
but
So,
you
but
know,
but but if you held it in to the point where you have like a mental breakdown, you're gonna lose your business. You get what I'm saying? I'm
Well,
saying
I mean that's what he was saying. That's what we're talking about. Is that's where he was heading until he started this. I mean, he actually kind of said that last night when he was talking about it the first time. He's like, he was heading toward the wall.
yeah.
So tell me right now, that wall you were looking at, is it looking higher, wider, thicker, or
Well,
did you
no.
even really did you really even have a shape for it before you just knew it was there in the way?
Well, yeah. I mean, over time, I mean, I guess there's different things where I realized that, like, I've been able to talk about it with, you know, one or two other people. Little things, hadn't really got into everything, because you don't want to just sit there and just, especially with your friends, you don't want to just take all their time. But we was sitting there talking, whatever, and when I realized that, in a moment that was somewhat emotional and I couldn't cry, like my everything about my body wanted to, but it was almost like a proverbial sponge that just sucked it all right back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just would not. Like, I wanted to, but I just couldn't. Like
it's
you know.
tough, man.
Hey, this is a shout out to the whole.
It's tough.
Companies that have been down there or grown up, like, these are